Alright guys, this is kind of a long-awaited thing. I do have with me the Asus Transformer Prime, fresh, out of the factory. I guess Best Buy damaged my box, but I mean my tablet wasn't damaged at all. But I mean it is pretty protected. I do have an unboxing to this video as well. Okay, so what we have here is the Transformer. This is the Transformer Prime, the new one. I did not get the dock with this one yet because it wasn't available in gray, and I'm not about to get a mismatching color for a dock. That's just stupid. So I'll wait till they have them in stock. But I do, on the other hand, have the dock for the champagne. for the brown Transformer. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn these on. Actually, I'll turn them off and then turn them on, just to show you how fast and how slow they boot up and close down. Okay. As you can see, that took longer to close. The Transformer Prime, I don't know why, but I think it's because it'll start up faster. So the power button's right here for the Prime, and the power button's right here for the first one. Okay. So obviously this looks brighter right away, as you can tell. See if I can get some lights out in here. Now you can definitely see the brightness. Alright, I mean the Transformer versus the Prime, the Transformer just loaded up faster, but we're gonna see how long it takes to load all the widgets and apps once we go into it. I mean, as you can see, there's still no widgets. They're still loading from the SD card, so I think once the Transformer Prime starts, they should load automatically. Now we're starting to get widgets. Okay, so that's already up and running. That just beeped at me and I don't know why. Alright, so those widgets are loading as well. Okay. So this is the difference. I mean, you can definitely see the screen quality. Okay, so there's that. Versus this. I mean, it's definitely a lot brighter, and you can also change a lot of things here. You can change from super IPS down to normal for brightness all the way down, if it lets me do it. That's as low as it gets. Bring it up and then pop it up again one more notch if you want to for outdoor use. Now, on the back side of these, go back to normal quick. Don't worry, I have cloth underneath both of these. So you can definitely tell which one is shinier and more smooth. This is very smooth, very. can't even hear it on that. So I mean, it's definitely smoother on the Prime. As you notice here, this does not have a flash, the old one, but the new one does have a flash. And I was testing out the camera earlier, and there you can notice a huge difference. On the outside here, I'll show you that later, but on the outside here you can notice that there is a small LED indicator right there that tells you that it's charging. So when it's fully charged, it'll be green. When you unplug the charger, it turns off. Plug it in, it beeps. Okay. As we move on, there's the volume rocker. This is your HDMI out, SD card, micro SD card slot, and microphone. On the bottom we have the two dock connectors, here and here, for the keyboard dock, and then we have the charging port, the 40-pin dock connector. The dock for the original transformer will not fit the Prime, for sure. Then on the front we have the 1.3 megapixel camera, and over here we have, you can't even really see it, but it's the auto brightness sensor, proximity sensor. Forgot to mention that the back camera is 8 megapixel versus the first one, only 5. So if we actually want to go ahead and look at the camera resolution of both of these, makes quite a difference. Okay. See how I can angle this perfectly for you guys. You can't really tell. Okay. So if I hold my hand out here, you can see roughly how clear that is. I mean, that's getting pretty clear. I mean, you can see the cracks in my fingers. Now if we take the first transformer and put my hand out in front of it, I mean, it's like glitchy when you move, and you can't really see it that in depth. It seems a little bit blurry, washed out, the color isn't right. So definitely better on the Transformer Prime, for sure. I mean, it's a better megapixel camera. The huge difference in thinness, that's my word there, thinness, word of the day, guys. You can notice, get both of them lined up like that. I mean, the Prime is very thin. It's about half the size of this, I would say. Maybe a third the size, actually. Maybe not half, but I mean, it's getting there. Definitely half its weight. I mean, this is uncomparably light. I think it's probably about maybe the weight of like 3.5 iPhones. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's less than this glass of water, and I mean, that's not even a full glass. It's half a glass. So I mean, it's quite impressive how much they've done with it. They did put a quad-core processor, which is located right here inside the device. The first one only has the dual-core. I want to actually run a few games on this to show you guys, because this is like the huge difference with the quad-core processor. So let me make sure I have it on here. Okay, so Pinball HD for Tegra. Okay. See, as you can see, obviously looks a little bit better, more brighter. I'm going to do the same level just to show you guys quick. Okay, so I just failed. This is a lot less responsive, I think. I mean, that's just one game. It definitely looks more clear, more brighter, more vivid, more vibrant on the Prime. I'm pretty sure I have the Galaxy wallpaper in here. Thought I did. Yeah. Okay. So let's check out a live wallpaper quick to see the rendering on it. You can definitely tell which one looks clear. I'll zoom in on this for you quick. So we got that. I mean, that looks really clear. And now for the original Transformer. A little bit washed out. Still looks pretty good, but definitely not as bright. If I turn the Super IPS off, you can tell how similar they look, but I think you can definitely see more colors on the Prime versus the Transformer. And again, guys, it's just really personal preference of the way that you see the picture. I know some LCD TVs look better than LED TVs. I mean, it really just depends on the way that the picture looks. So, go home. One thing I do want to show you is the difference in speed versus the two, because when you open up the app drawer, there's always been a lag on the first Transformer, always. So I'll show you this quick. There's a bit of a lag there. Now, when you go home, this definitely loads faster. You can see here one more time. Hold on. And even scrolling, it just takes forever to get there. I don't know how to explain it. It takes forever. Let's see if I can do this. It's really good. Do we have Riptide on here? I don't think I do, but I will download that. Oh, I do actually. Okay, I'm going to show you a game quick. You can also use your PlayStation 3 controller with this, as long as it has Bluetooth, which the PlayStation 3 does. I'll show you quick. And I mean, I'm not really... Oh, okay, so the speaker on this is right here. You can barely make it out. Right there, there's the speaker. So if you cover that up, you're not going to hear it as well. So I mean, it's right where your hands are going to be. Like right here, this is where the speaker is, so watch. You're going to cover it up when you're playing. I mean, that's kind of annoying, unless you hold a device like that, which isn't comfortable. So I mean... So I mean, you can see the graphic rendering on this is almost perfect. I suck at driving, as you can see here. I will be hooking up the PlayStation 3 controller later and doing a few game demos. As you can see, the water on there looks pretty legit. I mean, there's just so many improvements that they've been able to do with the quad-core processor. A few things I have noticed, though, with the Prime. When I go into the settings, sometimes it takes forever to load things. It's not as snappy as I think it should be. I mean, right now it's being quite responsive, but I mean, I have noticed a few things that are really getting old. The one thing that the Prime has over the Transformer is that it has, as you notice here, there's no option for Asus customizability. Down here there's a setting for Asus customized settings. You can go in here, you can choose to put on your Super IPS if you do so choose. Actually, let me move this more in the center for you guys. Okay, so you can change if you want capture screenshots by holding the apps key. So all you would have to do is hold this key down here and let go. It said screenshot is saved. Do you want to stay in screenshot mode? And you would obviously hit whatever you want. I'm going to hit no. So that screenshot will be in my gallery now, which is a pretty cool feature. The transformer does have that, but there's not many options with it. But this lets you change what kind of file format you want, PNG or JPEG. So, I mean, it's just smarter to do the PNG because it's better quality and it's gonna, have a better picture. Especially if you're taking screenshots for like the App Store or something like that. You can change your system performances. You can also do this by pressing the clock down here, and you have multiple options here. The first one, as you can see, is power saver. It looks like a plant. The second one is balanced, so I mean it's going to be balanced. And then the one on the right is turning on normal speed mode. So that means that it's going to be running at the fastest possible capacity that it can run, which is pretty cool that you have that option. So if you're home, plugged into the wall, and you're ready to play some games, you can turn it on that. The transformer, the first one does not have that due to its only dual core processor. The other thing you can change, which you can change on here, on the first one, is the cursor. But we don't have a dock to play with yet. I will be doing a review once I get that. That's kind of Best Buy's fault, but whatever. Okay. So the last two options here are just gonna be about the dock, but notification panel means you can switch between Android and Asus quick setting notification panel. So you can just change the way you can set it back to, like, as you can see here, that looks like the original transformer. There's not many options. But if you turn on the Asus quick settings, once you click that, you have a lot more options, as you can see here. So you should probably always have that enabled, just so you can change the auto rotate, the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth, the mute button, the sync button. You can turn on and off auto sync, which saves your battery. And also there's GPS that you can turn on and off. Down here you can see that my SD card is mounted. Everything does work perfectly with that. I was able to transfer all of my apps off of my first transformer using Asus's built-in, it's called App Backup. It's an application that pulls all the applications off of your old SD card, but you have to back it up before you remove your SD card. Like, say, like when I did the original the transformer, I had to back up everything onto my SD card and then remove my SD card and then put it into here and then restore it from my as you can see here, this is my backup right here from my old one. So I mean, that's pretty cool that Asus has that built right in. You don't need a third-party application to transfer your apps over from your old transformer. Another thing right in the middle here is a battery widget. I had to download a third-party widget. It looks like that. Basically, the first one is the battery of the tablet, and the next one is the battery of the dock. Asus has this built in now, so you can see that it's charging. You can see the battery status of the pad of the tablet, and then you can see also the battery status of the keyboard if you were to have one attached. So I mean, I'm glad that Asus did put that in there. Something not really relevant, but somewhat cool. They did the standard Asus tree in the field, which is this one. So we're going to call it the tree in the field, that background. They did actually do a few more mods, you could say, to the picture. They did one in fall, which looks pretty cool. They also included one in the snow, so you can see the snow. And then they also included a nighttime one, which looks pretty cool because there's stars and like a glowing sunset in the background. So that's pretty cool. Another, it's more like, I guess you could say autumn. Technically, yeah, it's not really fall yet. I mean, but it looks more auburn. And the last one they included is a new one. It's like it just has better quality graphics, and the clouds are different, and you can actually make out a mountain in the background, as you can see as I go all the way over here. Big difference. So I mean, you see less ground, and you see more a little hill back there, and all the clouds, and then the trees farther away. On here, trees closer. So I mean, you still have the original if you want it, but it's cool that they included little modifications to their own wallpaper. Okay. I mean, it's basically, this wallpaper is like how the Earth wallpaper was for the first iPhone. I mean, it was just always there. Everyone had it. It was so normal. So that's basically what they did with the Prime. There really isn't that many software changes yet because we don't have ICS, which is Ice Cream Sandwich, which is the newest operating system for Android. Asus has promised that within 2011, but now I believe they're pushing it back to sometime in January, probably around the 15th, give or take a few weeks. So I have actually tried to go and check for an update here, and I had actually updated my firmware. I am running on the newest firmware available for this. I'll tell you what it is in a second after I show you that there's no updates. I mean, it took probably maybe 10 minutes to update. Wasn't that long. So I am on, as you can see here, I'm on Android 3.2.1 right there. Okay, so it's the newest version available, and I do have a few apps that I want to show you, but that will be a whole nother video. So I will get into that, guys, but thanks for watching.